Alright guys, it's Tuesday morning and school got called off for snow, which did. So I'm gonna go hunt. Hopefully I can see the deer that I scared off yesterday. Messed up on them, but it's okay. She's walking right to me. I don't know what to do. It's a day. This deer was pulling at me for about 10 minutes and I couldn't get to my stand without spooking her. So eventually, what I thought was a doe ran off and I realized it had horns, but I think it was just a spike. That doe just left down the hill and then there's a deer right behind me. I've been sat down for about 2 minutes, guys. Literally, the deer are going crazy. It's about 18 degrees, so I'm just going to prop my phone up on my hunting backpack, hope for the best, and maybe I can get a deer. Spike came about 10 yards from me, but I could not move because he was staring right at me, so I couldn't record him, but he came 10 yards from me on my left, and he went back behind me and looked at me, and he went about 10 yards to my right, and he just walked off. I never could record him, though, because he would have saw me move, so. Something running on the ridge top, so I look over really quick, and I see a doe. So this is the first deer that I guess has not seen me come in, but I can't shoot her, and I don't want to shoot a doe, waiting for a buck. Hopefully there's one chasing her. Seen 3 deer, a buck, 2 does. It just came up there really quick, couldn't record, but I mean, it's a little frozen, but I'll make it work. I've seen a lot of deer this morning, and I've just not had time to record them because they'll be running in. I saw a really big buck, but he would not stop. But there's 2 does right now with a buck chasing them. Gonna try to get the shot on him. Immediately after I shot the deer and watched where he ran off to, I reloaded the gun in case maybe I missed the deer, or in case a bigger buck. But I'm going to explain what happened through my POV because you couldn't really see the deer. So 2 does come in, they're in a little thicket, I can see him, and then he comes in right after him. I'm like, oh my gosh, this buck, I'm going to shoot it. He's about 100 yards away, which is a little far for a muzzleloader, but I'm still going to take the risk on that shot. So flip off the safety, have him in the scope, he's perfectly broadside. Aim it right where it needs to be on the silhouette, and I take my shot. And the problem is he didn't really mule kick, which if they mule kick, they get hit most of the time. But he did run with his tail down, but he ran up a hill instead of down a hill, which had my hopes down. But hopefully we can find some blood. Another buck comes in on my right, and I already shot one, and I felt really confident in the shot. It's where it needed to be. So I did not take the shot on him. I did rattle my antlers trying to see if I could call him in, but he was hot on a doe, so he was chasing her right up a hill. Watched him come in, watched him leave, but I didn't think of to record him, so. But we're still going to give this deer that I shot time to bleed out. We don't want to spook him off his bed, so we're going to wait about 10-15 more minutes, and we'll go look for some blood. About 10 minutes after I shot, the deer were still moving like crazy because it was really cold in the middle of the rut. Here's the video on, kind of hard to see. And then I had 3 does come right behind me about 10 yards. First, you had the mama doe right here. And then second, there's another little baby yearling or something like that. I don't know. But the thing was, I'm like, okay, there's 3 does. There's surely going to be a buck with them, right? Because there's 3 does. There's no way there's not a buck with them. And about 20 yards behind them, well, there's this. Well, there was a buck with him, but it was a spike, a unicorn buck really. It's in 2 times speed, that's why it's moving so fast. But this deer was about 10 yards from me like them does, maybe even a little closer. He was staring right at me. I think he knew I was there, but he was not doing nothing about it. Like, he looked straight at me. He just keeps on chasing them does. Alright, we're currently going to look for blood. Forgot to film. Went down the hill, got the 4-wheeler, came back up, just parked it. We're walking down to look for blood, so hopefully we can get him. Hopefully we can find this deer. Alright guys, we're looking for blood. So far, we found none, which is not a good sign. From where I've shot him, I've moved on from that spot. I found no blood from where I shot him. And I'm just walking through here where he ran, looking for something. Brother made a good point and mentioned that the gun might not be sighted in, which I didn't even think of that, because somebody shot it before and missed a deer, and it was like 20 yards. So the gun really could not be sighted in. So we're just going to shoot it real quick and see if it is. So we have the little box we shot at of the little cuties. So now we're going to do the math. See, the black squiggly line is where I aimed. The bullet hit 8 inches low. This is at 50 yards. Do the math times 2. 16-yard drop at 100 yards, which means the deer was more than likely missed if he was hit barely, which is no bueno. I resighted it in, twisting it a little bit, trying to get it in the right spot, and so second shot shooting. We're going to go see where it hits. Hopefully it's in the right spot, but we'll have to see. I messed up the sights a little too much. It's shooting 4 inches high instead of 8 inches low. But that is better than 16 inches low, about 8 inches high to 100 yards.
I will take 4 inches high.
It's still not the best, but hopefully you can kill a deer, and I'll sight it in
100
more
yards
off
bullet
camera.
drops.
I went back and looked for blood, but I could not find any. I'm just assuming I missed the deer. It's about 16 inches low, estimating. So probably not going to get the job done on this deer, especially from 100 yards with a muzzleloader. So next 2 weekends from now, it's raffle though. If you guys see a deer, you can more than likely get the deer on the ground. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. YouTube, by the way, this had permission, so don't give me a strike. Anyway, see y'all in the next video next weekend.